Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your May 2020 sort of general look at the energies going on for you. So your additional guidance card is the here and now. Probably most of the fire signs, because Aries got this as well, because the fire signs impulse is to push its energy forward into the world. So I mean, some people are just, apart from the acute suffering that's going on, Sagittarius, and I do hope none of you are too touched by that suffering in a very personal way, but also this impulse you have to reach out, to fire, to express yourself, is obviously being very, very blocked at the moment, especially in the world. So I think that's why all the fire signs are getting the here and now, which is about not going to the past and the future. The here and now is, I guess it's Eckhart Tolle's work of the power of now, not going to the future and not going over the past. And essentially that's where presence lies, and that's where the heart of all transformation is, when we're just resting in this present moment. So I'm going to have a look at the general reading for you. The big there's so much going on astrologically that I wouldn't even know where to start. But Venus retrograde is a really big one, and the North Node going into Gemini, which is your opposite sign, okay? You rule the right brain, and Gemini's the logical brain, and essentially very much your path is about integrating both. And integration really only happens in the present moment. So, but anyhow, let's have a look at your general cards. And quite often when I'm shuffling, I just gab away, sorry. I'm not one of the best, anyhow, don't worry. Just let me shuffle the cards and I'll just be quiet for a moment. So give me the reading for Sagittarius, please guide them, and please give clarity about where this here and now lies and what that's about. Oh, you got the Star card, beautiful. It was a Devil card. Can I just carry on? Now what you want is the Four of Swords, so I was completely wrong. Some of you are embracing this period quite well. The gift is the Six of Pentacles, which is about the flow of energy. There might be some contact with someone. Challenge is the Five of Cups. Okay, let me just carry on. Nine of Cups in your relationships. But it's a sort of, the Nine of Cups, I never read it this way before, but it is a party of one, isn't it? The Nine of Cups. And even though there's this desire to give out, there's only one person in the picture. There's some sort of relating going on here, but the challenge of the Five of Cups is being in some sort of change process. We'll find out more. Six of Wands in your money and work, so something very good going on in your money and work. And then you get the Ten of Cups at soul level, and then the Ace of Swords. Who else? Someone else got, I think Scorpio got quite a similar reading to this, and that was ages ago, and the cards are so well shuffled from there. So the Star card and the Devil card behind you. The Star card is Aquarius, so it's about grace, it's about faith, it's about transparency, sharing your waters, very, very much aligned to vision. As you can see very, very clearly in the picture, she has got a very powerful spiritual eye wide open. This is where our vision lies, our vision of the future, and it's really from that energy that she gives out. It's very interesting because it's paired right with the Devil card. So already, and I've sort of got the theme for your reading. which is very common, if you don't mind me saying, of incredible expansion with contraction at the same time. And I wonder if that mirrors the collective energy, because the Star card is also about grace. Grace is the fabric of our universe. It's the healing card. If anyone's been ill, it's grace that decides who heals and who doesn't heal, okay? But it's right next to the Devil card, so there's this fantastic expansion paired with a sense of contraction, okay? And the theme continues, because look, you've got the 9 and 10 of Cups, the highest happiness at the emotional level, but you've also got the 5 of Cups. So there's this paradox showing up, Sagittarius, very common for everyone. Now what you want is the 4 of Swords. So I'm completely wrong. Some of you are really embracing this time, enjoying being at peace, enjoying the solitude, and sometimes the 4 of Swords in other decks is this picture of this person who's actively shutting down the world in order to meditate, in order to get calm, to enjoy their beingness. And it is right under the Star card, so there's this sense of being very, very connected with grace, with the planet Aquarius, which rules the cosmic mind, which rules this interconnectedness between all of us. And right next to it is Saturn, which rules form, the structures of our society. It's also about our life lessons, our mastery. So very interesting already, Sag. The gift is the 6 of Pentacles. What's the 6 of Pentacles about? It's about the flow of energy, reciprocity. And I always get pulled up that I don't pronounce that the way that I'm meant to. I'm Scottish and we pronounce vowels very differently, but it's about the flow between two people. If anyone's waiting for any sort of finances, it's a very good sign, and the Victory card is here. But with the 6 of Pentacles, there's an unbalance of energy, yeah? And the desire with the 6 of Pentacles is to bring balance back, because if you look at the picture, he's trying to weigh up the scales. This could be around your value system, what you want for your future, because you have got an interesting combination of cards that deal with the future, or the here and now, and the past, and our conditioning. So much of these themes are going to be in our personal lives, and a lot of them is going to be carried out on the collective. So tell me more about the gift, because in a strange way, when you know it's going your way, okay, it's with the King of Wands, might be some sort of contact with someone to fire sign. But the challenge is the 5 of Cups, which, I mean, the 5 of Cups is traditionally a card of grief. It's an alchemic process, and this is the part of alchemy when you're very, very much cooking in the process still, Sagittarius. I'm going to be straightforwardly honest with you, because the strange thing is you've got the 9 and the 10, which is the rainbow after the storm. And it's almost within the same month, there's an incredible amount of processing going on the emotional level, okay? And this is what should be happening. I mean, when I say should, because there's what's going on at a collective level, there's what's going on at a personal level, and there's what's going on at a spiritual level. And at the spiritual level, as an astrologer, this is a remarkable time to work with our emotional world, to go through this process of change, because you get the 5, the 9, the 10, wish fulfillment, rainbow after the storm, your cup runs over and then it extends itself to other people. But at the same time, you're still working with the Five of Cups. But it's almost the potential for huge shifting to go on here, for these scales to be brought back to balance, which might be with a fire sign person, or it might be the application of your own energy, intention. And your intention would be very, very much driven to completing some emotional cycle, because this is completion. This is somewhere in the process. I guess if you use something like the grief process, that this grief process only isn't about bereavement. It's about losses that we've always gone through, that we still carry with us. And this is the great spiritual potential of this time that we can try and access. So we go to our future with a very, very open heart, a very clean slate. Because the North Node going into, so it's doing the Gemini Sagittarius axis, because it's just completing a cycle around the emotional axis, which is releasing the past. And it would seem in your reading that there's a completion going on, because the 10 is right under the 5. So sorry, I feel I'm rambling a bit, and I don't know why. I've got strange stuff going on. I'm sort of laughing. 9 of Cups in your relationships. Why have you got this? But I mean, you are a party of one. What's the 9 of Cups doing? It's because this is about wish fulfillment. Okay, yeah, you are a party of one, because with the Hermit. And that's probably why the 5 of Cups is showing up here. I've been doing a lot of work on relationships and what's happened to relationships during this virus. This has been incredibly common, by the way. But I don't think you're in a bad place around it, because what you're desiring is the 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords is just someone who's been in the 3 of Swords. So there's a desire to rest, to rebuild your energy, and you're obviously still somewhere in it, whilst at exactly the same time you're clearly coming out of it. It's, I guess, like the in-between worlds, one foot in one world and your other foot in the other world. 6 of Wands in your money and work, so something is going your way with the Fool card. So this might be about new avenues of study, new pathways that are going to open. Because if any of you have gone through a loss of a job for the 5 of Cups, new pathways are going to open, Sagittarius. Because sometimes I look at the world and I think, right, we've had this couple of months of lockdown, and during this couple of months people are seeking their sense of destiny. People are reevaluating everything. So when we do re-emerge, we're going to re-emerge with a whole different energy. If we've done our work, some won't, and that's okay too. I mean, that's okay that some people just are quite happy the way things are. There's a feeling that there's new pathways opening up to you here. And a lot of your desire and intention is about allowing this process. And it's about something that's been a little bit out of balance, that maybe you've been giving more than receiving. Someone's not been very forthcoming, because before the 6 is the 5, which is the wound of separation. So the 10 of Cups at a soul level, very, very beautiful. Your heart's running over, and it's with the Ace of Cups. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, look what's going on at your soul. you know what? I'd almost like to pat you in the back and go, wow, what, I mean, and obviously there's still a process going on here. You can tell, it's almost I want to pair all these together, and I want to put the devil with this card. And not that these are bad cards, these are just part of the cycle of life. Because see, once one part of our life resolved, our intention will move to another. And maybe some people would believe that when we're complete, we won't need to be here anymore. So we're always in a state of evolving and learning and growing. But that's pretty amazing to have at a soul level, because it's from the Ace of Cups that we get the 10, because our cup has to run over before it knows how to expand. And this is also rainbow after the storm. Could be a new love starting, could be. Maybe with that Six of Pentacles. But if it is, it will start, there'll be some sort of contact, and then it will go into retreat, because Venus is going retrograde the whole summer. And it's going retrograde in your opposite sign. So this is energy that will be in your relationship dynamics. It's a very, very important process, a retrograde energy, because it's about a re-evaluation of the past. It's a re-evaluation of our value systems, what we're really, really, really looking for, what our heart truly desires. And that's what I love about the Six of Pentacles, because there's something very authentic about the earth signs in relationship. So when this card comes up for me in my relationships, they have an essence of realness about them, grit almost. Something keeps flashing in my camera, that's really weird. Sorry, that's twice it's happened. There's a lot of grit, there's a lot of authentic dialogue. I guarantee you it will not be a straightforward process, because if there's contact going to be made with someone, and then beautiful Venus, I think she goes retrograde for about 3 months, maybe 2. But it's a process of reevaluating what we love, what our essential needs are, what we're looking for in our lives, which seems to be what you're going through. Something keeps flashing. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, it's the oddest thing. The outcome is the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, which is vision, which is sight. The Ace of Swords is one of these gifts. A lot of people, double-edged sword, because the truth is double-edged. The truth shall set you free. A lot of people don't like it because it breaks through. It makes us, I love the truth because it puts me in the earth element, the authentic side of life. Because sometimes we're always floating around in the nebulous, the Neptune area, which can drive you mad. And actually the earth element is about the practical, one-to-one, this is what I need, and a conversation coming from that. So in that way, I love the earth element when it shows up as a gift and as a relationship dynamic. There's some sort of guidance coming for you with that Ace of Cups. It's so much about self-love. It's about healing whatever has happened to this soldier that's made him drained, that he needs to recharge himself in order to go forward again and embrace the future that you truly deserve. Because it's very interesting. Now, Saturn in astrology gets a bad rap. It's actually one of my favourite planets, but it still has got a shadow meaning. And we inherit a world that tells us that happiness is not our divine birthright, and joy isn't our birthright, and joy is our birthright. It's not us that are the problem. It's almost some of the world that we've inherited that needs to be released so we can claim our true heritage, our right to be happy, our right for authentic dialogue. And there's some vision and there's some clarity around your direction coming. You have got a mixed bag. It's going to be common. It's common throughout. Because I think even to a certain extent, Sagittarius, if every single one of your cards was an ace and, you know, the sun, there is a lot of collective suffering, and we need to hold the energy of all these new beginnings at the same time holding what's going on at a collective level. And both are equally important. And so I guess that's why it's showing up in your reading. The outcome is some sort of clarity. There's something maybe to do with some relationship that needs to heal here. That's maybe pierced your heart a little bit. But if we embrace, I mean, it's about truly sort of understanding the suffering, but at the same time embracing the gift of it, which is this incredible sacred pause where we get to take time out of our lives and reflect. And there's no mistake that Venus is going retrograde, because the whole globe is having to reevaluate their value systems, what they love, what is essential to their lives. And then we get to go forward and live them in the here and now. So not, and the here and now is a very, very real card, a bit like the Six of Pentacles. But maybe some sort of contact happening with someone, some sort of restoration, if you choose it to be. My advice is not to push anything too much, Sagittarius. It's not a time to push things. I'm not saying you don't attend to what's essential to attend to, but it's not a massive time to commit. It's about reflection and reevaluation. And that's going to be going on for a good few years into the future. But the personal planets reflect our personal lives, and the outer planets represent our soul's path. And Venus at a personal level is about what we value, what we need, what we love. And everyone is going through a great change. I feel I've rambled in your reading. That was really odd. I kept seeing this flashing going on. I'm sorry, that was really odd, Sagittarius. I'm in a deeply, deeply, deeply strange space. Not bad, just a bit otherworldly. Anyhow, again, so much love to you. Thank you for being part of my life. Bye.